Doesn't matter whatever budget you have. All that matters is that you want to have fun, and the time that you spend with your special someone, your spouse, your girlfriend, your fiance is the most important.
Yeah.
And the bonding time that you get out of it. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of that's actually 4.
No, what is the significance of 2?
I just wanted to
October 2? Is it October? Oh yeah, it is October 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just wanted to signal physically the number 2, but then it ended up 4.
Yeah.
With 2 peace signs for those who are listening. But this is your favorite host, Janine Khoury.
And this is your other favorite host, Joshua Dias.
Why did we say our full name?
You said it, so I'm just following through, guys. No, because I think you're trying to get ready to stop saying Janine Khoury in the next few months, and you're gonna start saying Janine Dias.
What makes you sure that I would take your surname?
I am quite sure because I am a man, and I have demands of my female partner.
Mm-hmm. And those demands are?
That you take my last name.
But what significance does that offer to you as a man?
So that no man will try to talk to you.
How would they know that that's not my surname? I can look like a Latina that says my name is Janine Diaz instead of Diaz.
I don't know. I mean, just kidding aside, guys, I really don't care what happens with Janine's name after this. If she wants to keep Khoury, she can do it.
Wow, you said Khoury in the right way.
Yeah, I know.
Because you usually say Khoury.
Yeah.
Yeah, Janine.
I just do it to mess with you, I guess.
Yeah. But you know what? That's a good question. So for those who are listening, that's the first question of the day. As a woman or as a man, when you get married, would you prefer that your wife takes on your last name? And as a woman, when you get married, would you want to take your special someone or your husband to be surname?
Or maybe meet in the middle and just your maiden name hyphenated with your husband's last name.
Right. Because that's starting to become like a controversial topic lately.
Is it? I don't know. Like the whole marriage tradition in itself is changing tenfold since like our parents got married till our generation basically getting married, right? Like a traditional church wedding or like especially in a Filipino style where you have like 900 ninongs and ninangs.
Yeah.
And then people just wanting to have small weddings like, oh, we got married last week. Oh, that was it. Yeah. So
elopements are happening more often than ever. Because elopements back then was more of I would say a negative connotation. Oh, we eloped. Oh, we didn't inform anyone. Usually elopement.
Maybe to the family.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we wandered off. We got married without having a proper wedding. We eloped.
Yeah.
But if they're officially married by paper, they are wed with each other.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if I've never
but
thought
now
of
elopement
it as
is
a bad
happening
thing.
more
Like,
and more.
For me, if like someone just told me, I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Like I don't know how my parents would have taken it. Like if they found out like their friends eloped in like Vegas with like a Elvis Presley impersonator or something. That would have been nice
That's
as well.
funny you said that because remember I told you before I would have loved to actually get married in Vegas.
Yeah.
Just like Ross and Rachel.
Or
I mean, not
the Stranger
being
Things
drunk.
guy as well.
The Stranger Things guy.
He also did that same thing with Lily Allen, right?
Oh, really? Oh, yes.
What's his name? The sheriff?
The sheriff.
Speaking of Stranger Things, look at her shirt, guys. I don't know if you can see it from there.
If you can see it.
Yeah.
Joshua got me a Hellfire Club shirt.
Yeah, sorry, Mom. I mean... No, but I just got back from Philippines. I think that's the reason why we haven't been posting a lot lately. I am working on something in the background with regards to this podcast, so stay tuned for the announcement. But yeah, I went to the Philippines for around 10 days just to finish up some
more than it was 2 weeks.
It wasn't 2 weeks. It wasn't 2 weeks, but it was I had to finish up a lot of things. And I'm glad I did at least like 95% of whatever I had to accomplish in the Philippines. Good to be back.
Like,
What?
tell them more. What did you do in the Philippines?
I got my suit done.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exciting.
That's
He
really.
went in without any. He had one thing in mind,
And I left with another
but he
thing.
didn't really put much thought and effort into it. So I really commend guys, and I'm quite jealous because women, we spend so much time researching about our wedding dress, going, fitting, going to different stores, maybe going to a tailor to actually make a unique dress
Like a
for
boutique,
you.
a full Pinterest board. You go like the
Yeah.
whole 9 yards.
A whole Pinterest board. You really have this idea, and that gets embedded in you when you're young. You know, I've always been not dreaming, but thinking about the dress that I would like to wear when I get married.
Yeah.
Ever since I was
Yeah.
young, because that's such a big thing. Like everyone puts so much importance on what the bride is wearing. You know, what designer is it, or is it custom made? What color is it? What style is it? And there's always this big reveal on the wedding day. But when it comes to men, like not really. Like men, okay, you wear suits, okay, whatever.
Yeah, like initially I told Janine like I didn't even want to buy a new suit. I have two perfectly nice suits which I use for work as well, and I thought those were already like the highest quality ever when it comes to a suit. And I'm like, this is already good enough for me to wear at a wedding. But no, it doesn't work like that, guys.
The
I'm so
bride
sorry.
said no.
Yeah, and I had to like, okay, it looks like I have to get another suit done. In my mind, I had like something like a light tan or like a beige color. Coming out, I went with like an olive green.
Yeah.
And going in, I only wanted a 2-piece suit, but then going out, I got a 3-piece suit. And yeah, just like that. I saw the color in the sunlight. I'm like, yeah, this is the one.
Yeah, and Josh is too funny. Like he left saying, "Oh, I already made my suit," and then I messaged him like, "Did you manage to get a swatch of it? Because we need to make sure that we have the right sample when we buy your shoes, when we buy the shirt that you'll wear, when we buy the tie that you'll wear with it." And he's like, "Nope, I have a picture of it."
No, I'm like, what's a swatch?
Yeah, what's a swatch? And I'm like, you get a sample, a real life sample of the textile in itself. And he's like, nope, I didn't. I have a picture of it. I'm like, a picture doesn't count. A picture is different.
For me, I already know I'm gonna like wear a white t-shirt inside, maybe a nice natural tie, and then I already have brown shoes with it. And she's like, no, we need to get new shoes. Like, guys, how much do we have to suffer in this whole process? You know how much I love you already, and it's
suffer.
Yeah,
That's
like
sad.
Come on, it's like a small tito who literally is not supposed to be working in the age of his life, and he's coming and measuring me, and he's so small. So like when he's reaching out to me, and he makes me stand on a platform which is even harder for him to like reach my shoulders and he's measuring me, and I'm like,
I'm sure he loves his job.
Does he?
Yeah.
Does he?
Yes. I
Maybe
think so.
yes. Yeah.
To be working in a prestigious, well-known suit business in the Philippines.
Yeah.
I think that's
that's also true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I exaggerated it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't there, so I can't verify your story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a little bit sad because I really wanted to be with Josh throughout this whole experience because he can't replicate that with me. Like he wasn't there when I was getting my dress.
Yeah, Janine hates my style in general. So that's another reason I was quite happy that I was doing it alone, because I know I would have spent like the whole day there.
Yeah.
And
you did. You were actually there for a while.
No, I was just there in like 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then remember how I got lost because I wanted to get a facial.
Oh, yes.
And then I was just like roaming the streets of like Manila trying to see.
Roaming the streets. Ooh.
And then I found this one place and they made me wait for an hour, and then I was like, screw this, I want to go home.
Yeah, I remember
I
this.
want to go
home. I want to go. That's so famous now.
Yeah. But I was excited when I saw like the suit, because when I was inside that store, I'll even put a picture of like the interior of it. It's not like such a man cave, like a leather couch, dark wood, and then you can see some like fine alcohol on the shelves.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then it's like some books, everything. I'm just like, wow.
And pictures of celebrities who they've dressed.
Done their suit over there.
Yeah. But shout out to Mama Ka. Mama Ka, thanks for giving us the recommendation. So we knew
no, it was not
them.
her. It was her husband.
know. Kuya Gab.
Yeah, Kuya Gab.
Yeah. And Atika.
Yeah.
Well, Atika is the one who knows him. So, yeah. Well, they both. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I put the down deposit and
Oh, you did?
and
Oh,
everything.
well, yeah.
I
They're
have to
not
pay
going to start.
50% now, 50%
They're not
when I'm
going to
there.
start anything off.
And they're like, so when are you coming back for the what is it called? The fitting, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I'm only coming back on Jan 22nd and my wedding is on Jan 29. They're like, oh.
Was
then
that a problem?
No, then they're like, okay, what we'll do is you have to come in for a fitting on 23rd, 24th, 25th. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's not a problem. Okay. I'll bring like Gio or Dwayne or someone and then we can get it fit. Because I want my pants to be super tight so, you know, you can... Because it's skater boy, skinny jeans, trying to mimic that.
Did you really say that to them?
No, but when I go for my fitting, I'll tell them.
No, I'll be there with you. I'll tell them.
No, you're not coming.
Who said?
No, it's embarrassing.
Embarrassing for what?
For me.
Because
I'm a grown man and I don't need any supervision or guidance when it comes to clothing.
And before that, you're like, I wish you were with me because, you know, you would know what's right. You would tell me what's right.
No, that's because Janine knows all the technical stuff. For me, I'm like... Because they asked me, what collar do you want? This is the X collar and this is the Y collar. Like, they had proper names. And I'm just like, what? The first one is okay. And I'm like, I don't even know what I chose. I can't even remember.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
You're making me nervous, you know that?
No, it's going to be fine. Trust me.
Whenever you say that, I'm sure women know this. Whenever men say, trust me, that's when, you know, the red alarms should go off.
No, but my fashion has evolved over the last few months, I would say.
Because of?
Just my style in general. I discovered Pinterest again. So, you know, I'm just trying to see, oh, you can match Converse with this shirt. Wow. That's a nice style that I can try to mimic.
Okay.
Yeah. But you have nothing to worry about. This wedding is going to be splendid, spectacular. People will say stories to their children about this wedding.
Okay, let's not exaggerate it that much. Just want a simple wedding. Classic wedding. Yeah. So, yeah.
But Philippines guys, oh my, whoever we invited, sorry for those of you who we haven't. But okay, so I'm the worst when it comes to this, and I was telling this to Janina. I'm gonna be very open about it now on the podcast. Whoever asks me about how the wedding planning is going, in my mind, my first thing is like, you should come. And then she made
I hate it. I hate it so much. Josh is the most yes guy that you could meet. Yeah. He will try to avoid conflict as much as he can because he wants to appease everyone. He just wants to be in a calm, neutral environment. He doesn't like confrontation, doesn't like negativity. So, you know, when something gets a little bit awkward, he'll try to fill the silence with either jokes or, you know, he'll try to make it like less intense in terms of the situation. So, yeah, that's what he does. Like when someone says, "So, how's the wedding?" and then there's like a pause, Josh will be like, "Let me fill that silence with, do you want to be invited to the wedding?
Are you free?"
And then in his head, he thinks that person is insinuating to be part of the wedding. Yeah. And I'm like, it's your wedding. You invite who you want to be on that wedding. Yeah.
Like, I like, classic example, no, a clear example of just a recent one was actually when I was in Philippines. I had time to get a tattoo. And the tattoo artist was like, "Hey, Josh, welcome back. How's everything going?" And I'm just like, good. And then he's like, so I'm like, I told him I'm just here in Manila to finish up some wedding stuff. It's like, oh, wedding stuff, where's it gonna be? What date? So when are you coming back? And I'm like, yeah, you're invited.
And Josh messages me and tells me of the whole situation.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I invited my tattoo artist for the wedding.
Yeah, he's like, maybe I should invite my tattoo artist to the wedding. And I'm like, I have some friends, like real friends, that I'm not inviting.
No, so I'll tell you why. My eventual goal of the tattoos on my body is to complete every single inch from the neck down. The neck, where it starts and where it stops, is still debatable with Janine and I. But I thought like he'll come for the wedding and be like, wow, everyone's giving Josh when Janine gives. I have nothing to give. Maybe I can offer him a full back tattoo. I'll be like, yeah, okay, I guess. Like, we really wanted a fridge, but I can settle for the back tattoo. Then I wink at Janine like, Mission accomplished. What, for just paying for a dinner? Yeah. Free tattoo. Yeah. But it is
So this is what I have to live with from now on.
this is her life from now on. But going to Philippines was really fun. Like it was but obviously like I started getting really sad after some time because I started seeing a lot of people walking their dogs, especially in my condo complex, and I started missing Max and Janina a lot because like there were couples walking their dog, and I'm just like,
Have we ever announced it that we actually adopted? Well, we put it on our Instagram.
Yeah, we put it on our
right?
Instagram. That's why we've also been a little.
But I don't think we
officially
had an episode after
podcast,
that.
no.
Yeah. So for those who don't follow us on Instagram, please do. Have a Nice Day podcast on Instagram. But also, we adopted a dog.
Yeah, he's a menace though.
Is he?
No, he's actually the sweetest boy in the world. He's the goodest boy.
He is the goodest boy. He's just a little bit anxious right now. So yesterday we had a professional trainer come in and assess the whole situation.
Yeah, he goes by the name of Buddha.
Yeah. He Max is our dog. He's been with us for a little over 5 weeks now.
Yeah.
And he's doing great, except for the fact that he has really bad separation anxiety and he gets anxious about a lot of things. I mean, coming with the fact that he's a rescue, he survived a really bad virus or viral infection. So there's a little bit of a backstory to it, but he's now here. He now has a loving home, and we just want to make sure that we're doing the right things to not build up on the fact that he might gain more anxiety or maybe his confidence will... Is that him? Yeah.
There it is. Yeah. So speaking of the devil.
Yeah, he just barked.
Just give us a second, guys.
Where were we?
Yeah. So that's the reason why we got a professional to come in. I mean, there's only so much that you can actually learn online, which Janine and I were doing like day in and day out.
Yeah.
When it came to how we can help Max overcome his problem and adapt into our lifestyle, basically.
Yeah. So whoa.
Wow.
Jinx. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of work to do. Some of it were maybe inflicted and aggravated by us babying him so much, or there are a couple of things that we were doing, not knowing that were actually enabling his anxiety,
his bad behavior as well.
Bad behavior. So again, just like and as what Buddha said, it might be controversial, but dogs are pack animals. So when we leave him alone, he gets super anxious because he's not used to that. When he was found with another dog.
Yeah, that's true.
So he probably grew up with either a dog or two, being outside. He didn't seem like, an apartment dog. So to him, all of these things that are happening to him.
This brand new environment is completely new to him, and he doesn't know how to act. So that's our responsibility as dog parents now.
Nevertheless, he's the sweetest. He's great with kids. He loves affection. He loves his belly rubs. He is just, he's just anxious. Yeah. He's not aggressive at all in any form. He'll probably back away from you. Yeah.
So at least now we have some homework to do, so we can constantly give updates, and of course we can also share whatever knowledge we have when it comes to a new dog in a new house as well. And you can also reach out to us, or highly recommend you contact Buddha himself. He has like 40 dogs in his house or something. That's what he said.
Yeah, and he said that he meets with like 100 and plus dog owners in a month.
Yeah, and he's also training lions.
Oh gosh, he showed us lions and tigers. That's crazy.
Lions and tigers and bears.
If he's able to tame wild animals, I'm sure he'll be able to, help dogs.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's like it's like taming like It's like like the animal kingdom is basically his friends. Yeah.
What are you
That's
saying?
what I was thinking. Like, this guy's like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna meet my bear after this. We're gonna get drinks, and then I'm gonna meet my ostrich for dinner. So I'm just like, wow, he really knows what he's doing, guys.
He does.
Yeah, he's dedicated his life to this, and it was a breath of fresh air to see like there are people who are training. Because he didn't even spend like 5 minutes with Max. everything was directed towards us, because at the end of the day, we are the ones who call all the shots. We are the one who uh, takes care of him. We're the ones who feed him. So we have to make sure that he also adapts into our lifestyle in a great way.
Yeah.
So
So
shout out to Buddha. Shout out to Second
maybe
Wags.
we can get him here.
Oh yeah, I would love for him on the podcast.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Fatima from Second Wags. So we worked with her. Her and her friend discovered, or Max wound up in one of her friends' backyards in Sharjah. So that's how we got to adopt Max. It was a long and tedious process, which is good because they really weed out people who, are first-time dog owners who don't really understand the complexity and the difficulty of actually raising and having a dog in their life.
Yeah.
It is difficult. When people say that, dogs are like babies. Okay, maybe not comparable up to a sense, but they do need a lot of things.
A lot of time and affection. And Janine and I constantly see this now. Like, even in the beginning, I was like, adopting a dog, because we had Zoe for a while, who was already like a pristine animal at the time. Very smart, knows the house rules,
She's
adapted very well to us. So when we had Max, for me, it was complete shock.
Yeah.
And that's when I had to like deep dive into like every small thing when it came to having an animal. And I learned a lot in the whole process. So it's like, even there was a time when I was growing up, I'm like, I want a dog. Janine and I take out Max for a walk. One lady will tell the guy, "Oh, can you buy me one?"
Yeah.
And then then I hear kids saying, "Mom, I want a dog." But at the end of the day, in reality, it's not for everyone who doesn't have that patience and the time or money as well, because having a dog is expensive.
Yeah.
I had to change my whole budgeting scheme because of Max coming in.
Yeah, we had to add a line now into our budget.
Yeah, but I know it's not going to be as expensive because I have babied him so much with the amount of things that I bought.
Yeah.
So I know in the long run it won't be as expensive, but of course the initial month or two, that's when you see, okay, Max needs this, Max needs that. That's when it comes in as well.
Yeah. He has it, like, we have a whole baby gate on our living room. We have a baby camera. So it's like, we do have a baby.
It's like, it is actually like we have a baby.
And while I'm here, I'm actually looking at my screen of the camera pointed at him just to see if he's sleeping or what is he doing inside his crate. So, and his own crate. Yeah. So when Buddha was giving us that analogy, like, when you're going about your life, you leave the baby inside this room or in the crate, just like that. You do the same with your pet. And I was like, it's just like a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, not in all aspects, because parents hate that analogy. Like, oh, you can't compare a dog to a baby. It's too much. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure when I become a parent, it's going to be different. I also have nieces and small cousins, young cousins. But again, dogs need a whole lot of loving. You can't just have a dog and be like, I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it there, feed it,
He's going to cook his own food. He's going to open the fridge, get out some water, close it, go sit, turn on the TV, watch like John Wick or something. No, it doesn't happen like that. We have to be his brains and his body, because he's...
Especially if you're having a dog from the age of a puppy.
Oh, yeah.
Because that you really have to instill every single thing.
Yeah, that's why it's like that age-old saying, you can't teach old dog new tricks. But of course, there are ways where we are putting in the extra effort and time to make sure that he does his part as well.
Yeah. So that's an update on Max.
Yeah. So speaking of everything like that, so like Janine and I have been completely swamped.
Yeah.
With this whole situation, me traveling, Janine had to take care of Max for a while. When Max came into our lives, our whole life was flipped upside down, and we're trying to now build it back together, as it were, with Max in the picture.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we also want to talk about in this podcast, in this particular episode, is that, yes, your family might be growing. Things come your way when it comes to, especially when you're living with your partner. But it is also as equally as important to always make time for your partner, regardless of what is going on, what the situation is. Yes, there might be like 500 things being thrown at you. Your partner is going to office. Like as for me, I'm working from home, so I still have that luxury. And when we have Max, so when we have Max in the house, we have to take him for a walk. So we cannot meet friends after, or we cannot meet our friends before 7 because that's when he's taking his walk, and then suddenly feed him. But nevertheless, you should always make time to enjoy the smaller things in life, with or without your dog.
Yes.
And that's the reason why we wanted to talk in this episode a little about having a nice date night with your partner.
No, that's true. That's very important. Like even after marriage, even when you have kids, even when you're new. I saw, different like relationship coaches saying you should attempt to at least have a date night per month. Some even say a date night per week, which is maybe a little bit more difficult for other busier couples who have more kids or, who have different schedules and all that. Couples who are long distance relationship couples. So it is difficult or it is tough, but
especially and with budgets as well, and
budget
busyness of life. But when we say date night, guys, it doesn't have to be like a massive elaborate thing. Like, okay, I need to make a reservation at the Burj Khalifa at 6 p.m. You have to wear this black dress which I got from Chanel. You need to
it would be nice from time to time to go somewhere if financially,
if the situation
wise,
permits,
if the situation
it, of course,
permits, for you to spoil either your wife or the wife to spoil your husband and go out and do something like quite nice. But again, like a date night is not necessarily an expensive night. It can be a date night at your house. It can be a date night at a free park, a public park, or a public beach. Just get a couple of beach mats, park mats,
some karak chai,
which is 1 or 2 dirhams. You can make it at home. Bring your own tea. Make your own sandwiches. Create your own lunchbox, and then bring it all the way to wherever it is.
Exactly. Yeah. So like even later tonight, I'm going to be cooking for Janine. So that's also something considered
as a date night.
Yeah, some quality time together with your partner. But in this episode, we want to talk about 3 things. Actually 3 date night ideas that Janine and I have experienced either together or like me with a different girl. No, me with different friends.
What are you saying?
Which I definitely thought of, like, which could be like a great thing where you can actually build some more bond with your partner. Doesn't necessarily have to be like not a boring like dinner and TV, but something to get yourselves moving.
We were just saying date nights can be dinner, and you're like boring dinner.
No, I'm just saying like it doesn't necessarily, like there's so many options that you can do. If your partner loves skydiving, that could also be a date night.
Yeah.
Janine and I were definitely homebodies. That's why if you ever come to our apartment, you'll see like we have everything that we ever need over here. But of course, it's once in a while.
Yeah.
Take advantage of whatever is out there, right? So the first thing, unique date night idea that I wanted to talk about is a nice little cafe called Cafe Ceramique. So Janine hasn't been here, have you?
No.
But I went there with my colleagues as a part of a team building exercise. It's actually something that I planned out and something that I actually wanted to do for quite a while. And I did tell this to Janine. And I even told her like this might be something that I actually want to do when it comes to my bachelor party.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice. It's quite a nice idea because usually when you think about bachelor parties, it's always like, oh, let's go out, let's get drunk, let's get wasted.
Well, that's a normal Thursday night for me.
Okay.
No, but yeah,
your mom's listening, by the way.
Sorry, mom. But yeah, you know how the whole stigma around a bachelor party. Oh, we need to go to Vegas, get blackout drunk, $100,000 in debt, wake up with a missing tooth, have a tattoo on your body which you don't even remember how you got. But so when I went to Cafe Ceramique, shout out to them first of all. They are in Atlantis. That side, what is it? Palm Jumeirah. The Palm, yeah. Very cool concept. So basically, you can check out our website because what I got was, I think, a special deal or something. But it's basically you go there with your group of friends or you go there with your partner. You get to choose between like a blank plate or a blank bowl or a blank cup. And then you get to choose the colors and then you get to paint it. So that's where you can really express your creativity, how you want to like showcase like, okay, if I take a plate, basically, like, does this plate represent me, or is it something that I want to try, or like how I can be a little bit artsy? Of course, like, you don't have to be like a Van Gogh painter when it comes to these things, but just express yourself, basically. Oh, I choose my favorite colors. I want to put our daughter's or son's name on this. I really like the Batman, so I'm going to put this Batman symbol. Anything and everything goes. Beside that as well, it comes with like a 3 or 2 course meal, so you can like really enjoy having a nice dinner or a nice lunch, and then, you know, like, you can paint, and then after the whole session is done, you leave it there, you label it, okay, this plate will belong to Joshua. You leave it with them. They will fire it up in that furnace, make sure that it looks really nice. They put the whole like ceramic, not ceramic, but like a glossy finish to it as well, so it's like ready for using.
The gloss, yeah.
Exactly. And then you come back in a week, pick it up, and you can see your artwork there. Of course, it's there's a lot of changes that might happen along the way because of the color, how it works in different styles and settings, but it's a lot of fun.
You should show them a picture of what you've done.
Oh, mine. I took a mug and I did it. Yeah, I'll definitely put a picture of it over here. You guys can rate it from 1 to 10. 1 being I would never drink from this cup, and 10 is like this is a coffee cup, but I'm also going to use it for water, for my soups, and maybe even put some rice in it. Yeah. Is everything okay?
Yes, everything's fine.
Yeah. So,
you should see the bottom of that mug.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how Josh is very, very artistically skilled.
Yeah, looking from me from a distance, tattoos, everything, you're like, oh, this guy might be a tattoo. This guy
knows art.
I've at least got 5 people coming up to me like, oh, are you a tattoo artist?
Oh, really?
At least 5. And of course I say yeah.
Wait, there are tattoo artists who don't have tattoos though.
So my tattoo of my anchor on my left tricep was done by a guy with 0 tattoos.
Yeah.
And he says he doesn't plan on getting any.
The anchor on your left
The
tricep.
keep your ship together. Here.
Is that done in the Philippines?
In India.
In India. Yeah. Okay.
So I was like, wow, this is cool. Like,
oh, my tattoo artist, this one, the one in Bangkok. I don't know if she has now, but she doesn't have any tattoos.
Oh.
And it's because she was telling me that her dad was very strict and doesn't like tattoos.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, but
she found a loophole.
I'm like, but that's your profession. She's like, yeah, he's okay with me tattooing, but not a tattoo on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of a language barrier there. So I'm not too sure if I understood the whole situation, but that's how I understood.
But would you really go to an artist who doesn't have any tattoos?
Yeah, I don't mind.
No. Would you go to a barber who has no hair?
Yes. It's his skill and her skill that counts, not what's on her body.
If he's tried it on many people and never himself, I would never like.
But you wouldn't necessarily tattoo yourself. You would ask another tattoo artist to tattoo yourself.
No, but if I was in that art and I wanted to practice and like, hey babe, can I practice this tattoo on you? Would you allow me?
No.
Exactly. So I have to show myself and do it like, oh wow, that's actually pretty good. Okay, you can tattoo me now.
But you know that there are skin like.
Yeah, but it's not the real thing. You have to really be prepared. Like, give them the whole, that whole experience of getting a tattoo. Hey, welcome to the shop. Oh, you got to sign this waiver. Oh, you already have tattoos. No need. Don't have to sign it. Oh, wow. Can I get you something to drink? Okay, so where are we going to do it? I'm going to talk to a piece of skin like I'm some psychopath. Oh, I'm going to eat you later for dinner and put some sriracha on you. Like, no. It's the whole experience. So I need to tattoo myself.
I don't think as a tattoo artist you have to tattoo yourself.
No, it's also like the pain level. Like, okay, Josh, you want to get your knees tattooed? I know how much it hurts. So I need to know how I'm going to tackle this.
I understand from a pain level because tattoo artists who don't have a tattoo wouldn't ever understand what the pain is like. They would probably only get it from feedbacks from their clients. Yeah. But not really a first-hand experience.
Exactly.
But that's it. Yeah. Like everything else they can do.
I don't know. Would you ever...
So why did you get your anchor tattoo then?
Because I didn't know.
Oh.
And it was my second tattoo ever. So I'm like, it wasn't like you need to have this requirement. Can I see your portfolio? I just heard this tattoo shop I was walking through. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll get another tattoo here.
Oh, you just saw this tattoo shop?
Yeah. Even my Nepal, I just saw, I'm like, oh, okay.
That is so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so you trust me with my suit, right?
See? Going back. This is why. I don't trust this guy because he literally sees something off of the road, and if that person just strikes a conversation with him, he'll be too polite to say no.
So this is what happened exactly. So I got my first tattoo, which is this arrows. I told you my second tattoo, I was in Cebu. So the day after, I made a biggest mistake after getting this tattoo. At the end, when he's giving me my aftercare tips, okay, so don't expose it to the sun. Don't soak it in water. Please keep it dry all the time. Moisturize it every time. I'm like, but Kuya, I'm going to Cebu tomorrow. He's like, then you have to stay in the hotel. I'm like, oh, okay. And I was really scared because it's my first tattoo, and I already started seeing some pigmentation on it. So I was really scared. I'm like, so I closed the lights in the room, and I was just sitting and watching TV the whole time when I was in Cebu. I'm like, you know what, screw it. I think I'm being a little bit paranoid. Let me go to the mall. I go to the mall, go to Starbucks, of course, white girl, and the barista serving me is like, hey, is that a new tattoo? And I'm like, oh yeah, it is. How did you know? It's like, no, because it's already scabbing a little bit. And then he shows me his tattoos, and he's like, can I tell you something? One of Cebu's best tattoo artists is based in this mall. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, go all the way to the basement, and you'll see one small shop that says something tattoo. Go inside, he'll do a tattoo for you. And I'm like, since I'm here already, why not? And I go and get my tattoo done on my chest. I didn't even know, I can't even remember the shop's name, the tattoo artist's name, but this guy just said, oh, the best tattoo artist. It could be anything. And I got a tattoo within 30 minutes of speaking to that Starbucks barista.
Yeah, that's how easy you can convince Josh of something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is the best. This is the best wedding venue you could ever take without even seeing the venue.
Is that a ghost? It's like no.
Without even seeing the venue, Josh will be like, okay, sure.
Yeah,
we'll do it.
Yeah.
That's how kind my little Joshy Patootie is.
The wind of her sails.
What?
Yeah.
This is why he needs me in his life.
Yeah.
Because I'm the bad cop.
So yeah, going back to our date idea, second date idea is one that Janine and I actually went on quite recently.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the birthday. Let's keep that for last.
Yeah.
Then. Okay.
Because that's something we're also very passionate about. But the second one is something called
Oola Lab.
Yeah.
So it's a place where you can actually customize and create your own scent.
Yeah.
Your own perfume. Your own eau de parfum.
Yeah. You're all the eau de parfum. Eau de toilette.
So it was quite nice. It was quite fun.
Shout out to Jomar.
Yes.
That's his name? Jeremy? Jejomar.
No, Jeremy.
Bong Bong. Forgot his name, but
How
something
did it
with
go
J.
from J to B?
Something with J.
Yeah, I think it's Jeremy.
Jeremy or Jeremiah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we're not good with names. But such a cute boy.
Such a cute boy. Like,
Such
I was
a
just like,
cute boy.
you come home with me, but in a friendship way. Like, let's go play with our dog.
That doesn't sound
like, hey, do you want to go play with my dog at my place? That's a nice invitation. He would come.
After watching Jeff Dahmer, that is not a nice invitation at all.
I'll pay you. Just come, man. Just come into my house and play with my dog.
No.
What's in this cup? It's like, just soap dishwater.
No. Okay, I'll stop you there. It's not okay. Never invite strangers to your house.
But he's 18. He's allowed to come in.
Can you listen to yourself, please, before we get canceled? Stop.
No, but it was so... Okay, so, but it was such a great experience, actually.
Yeah, and that's the reason why we're talking about Jeremy. I hope his name is right.
Yeah.
When we first came in, he's the one who greeted us. And we were both talking. We're like, he doesn't look like he's old. He looks very young. And so we were debating what his age was, and turned out to be he's like a baby.
Yeah.
He's 18 years old.
No, I was confused because he spoke very eloquently.
Very confidently. He knows what he's talking about.
He knows what he's talking. He can smell. Like I told him, hey, my thing is not coming out the same like in the same scent that I had envisioned earlier, especially when I smelled the bases. And he's like, okay, you have to remove this, maybe add a little bit more of this and do this. And my perfume
and
turned
just
out
by smelling it, he knew, because you forgot to write something down. Was it you? Someone else forgot to write something down.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, if you just give me the thing, I'll smell it. He smelled it and he knew what that scent was.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Like, I was trying to explain. So the funny part was, like, I asked him, hey, are you Filipino? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to make something like a bench Atlantis. He's like, oh, I don't know what that is. Then I found out he's exactly like me. He doesn't put any perfume, or he's not a big
He's not a
perfume guy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay. But he knows what I wanted to create. So that was really cool. Janine knew every single scent on that formula page. Like, oh, this is eucalyptus infused honey with a hint
There's no
of
such
cayenne
thing.
pepper. I'm like, how do you know this? And
There's
she's like,
no-
oh, I work in beauty. It has to be. I need to know this. And I'm like, wow.
It's not that's not how we spoke about it.
Yeah.
I was just telling him, okay, this is fougere, this is chypre, this is rose, this is whatever. And he's like, bass and mid notes and top notes, and he's like, how do you know that? And I was just telling him that I spent 7-8 years in beauty, so I know.
Yeah.
I know because that was what I was selling before, so I would know what they are. But anyway, it was such a nice experience. You get to choose, like, there are multitudes of formulas that you can use. You choose your base, your mid notes, your top notes. They explain to you the whole process.
Yeah.
There's like your own kit in front of you with flasks and funnels, and it seems like you're, a chemist who
Exactly,
just
like a
creating
Breaking Bad situation.
concocting your own
potion,
if I may say.
And
so,
like, oh, you have to put 5 ml of 3 ml. And
yeah,
then,
you have to be very precise. One
Yeah.
photo that Josh took of me, like, my concentration mode was really, really switched on.
Yeah.
Because he had to drop this tiny little dropper into a little, like,
funnel.
not even the funnel, the first one, remember? The tiny pipette.
Oh, when you go and get your samples.
Perfume samples, those
Yeah.
little vials.
Yeah.
You have to drop a tiny 1 ml drop into that little thing. And I'm like, I don't know how to put it in. But anyway, it was a super,
Yeah,
super
you need
nice
that accuracy
experience.
and everything.
Amazing experience. Thanks again to Jeremy. I hope I'm saying his name right. And he's such a cute boy. We left and he asked us, like, how old do you think I am? And out of being polite, I just said 24, 23, 24.
Yeah.
Because I was like, he's working.
And I said 21 first.
And then you said 21, and he's like, actually lower.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my gosh, you're a baby. And now I understand why he doesn't know what Bench Atlantis is, because he's not a 90s kid.
Yeah.
Because that's the perfume of the Filipino kids when we were at school.
I'm telling you, like, I've never been a perfume guy. Like, even till this date, I only use what Janine's mom gave me, Davidoff Cool Water, and that's on special occasions. And when I say special occasions, it's like when I have to wear a suit, which is like once in like 9 years. And then Janine also gave me another perfume, Salvage or something.
Dior Sauvage.
Yeah, that one.
Savage. Okay.
French, right? I've
Johnny
never
Depp's
used it. I think I used it
perfume.
once only. But growing up, guys, in my pocket when I was growing up, had the Center Shock gum and a bottle of Atlantis on me all the time. And I would
Atlantis.
top up my spray every like 10 minutes. And like I used to spray it even like after like playing basketball, so I'm drenched in sweat.
But also
like,
smelling like
yeah,
Bench
Yeah.
Atlantis.
And then when Bench came out, I'm like, oh crap, this also smells very good. Like I need to carry these two.
Have you tried
everywhere I go.
Bench 8? 8 was also...
Yeah, that's the one I said. Yeah, Bench 8.
Ah, did you say?
said-
You said Bench. Just.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bench Atlantis, and when Bench 8 came out,
Yeah.
then we were like,
Which was quite similar.
yeah.
I love the pink ones. You know the baby colognes with
Oh,
the
yeah.
pink
Those
top?
were actually quite nice as well. Yeah.
So there's like a pink, an orange, and a yellow or green. I can't remember, but
Yeah.
the pink one was my scent, and so I would always like put it on my
The cotton, it was called something
yeah,
cotton.
like something
yeah,
like that. And then you would always put it, of course, with your baby powder. Everyone used to have baby powder and their bandana that is like
Oh
folded.
yeah, and then they hold it like this the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah, it was such a Filipino thing. Like they would even if there's like an outdoor, they would always hold their bandana over.
Yeah.
I was like, like those.
Or their bimpo, which is like the tiny towel, like a hand towel.
Yeah, no, but then after that, it evolved. Like those Mexican handkerchiefs.
Yeah,
like the bandana.
exactly.
And then you would just hold and spray.
Different colors,
Yeah, like-
pink, yellow, red.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I had like 900 of those.
And then it evolved because now people would embroider them with their initials so that it doesn't get lost. You know,
Like, that's my yellow one. Like, oh
no, it's
no,
actually
no.
embroidered with my
Yeah.
initials. So
And it was so hard to get bench items actually in the beginning.
yeah,
here in
you would
Pinas.
go in the Philippines and bring it back with you, so you buy
And
tons
then
of them.
a bench store opened up in Reef Mall.
And everyone went crazy.
Yeah, and now you can buy bench even in like supermarkets, Westzo and everything.
Exactly. Westzone would have bench as
Yeah.
well. Oh my gosh, those
Scents.
days.
Because it really, like, because Janine and I, we also talked about having a scent on our wedding.
Yes.
Because apparently it really brings back memories, just like how it is actually doing right now.
Yes.
Yeah, like you smell a certain something. Like when Janine and I, the moment we landed in my condo and you smelled like that oak and like damp
Yes.
wood, you're like, oh, Pinas, here we are.
That's the smell of Pinas. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So then we figured out, okay, he's too young. He would never know what bench Atlantis is because, again, we used it back in the days.
Yeah.
I'm sure now they have their own thing or more expensive things that they talk about. But yeah.
But that was a very cool date idea because like Janine, I didn't expect Janine to go in that direction with her final perfume because she knows there's one perfume of hers I really, really like. And it's not as similar as to what it is.
Yeah,
so you really get to see like your partner or your friend or whoever you want to take to this kind of situation in a different light, or like, oh, this is what you wanted. Because the guy sitting opposite me was a work colleague and he was like, oh, I like this sandalwood smell. And I'm like, really? And you never would have struck me like this. And then my boss's husband also went in with a leather smell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, like people actually like this smell. So like it really brings a lot of different things together and you can really understand, oh wow.
Yeah.
And it's really fun. And instead of going to like a Sephora or like a Carrefour and spray all the perfumes, try to make your own.
Yeah. Why not? Again.
And we named it. And
you get to name your perfume
it.
after they print out the label, they put it on there. They make you bring the whole formula at home if you want to recreate it the next time you visit. And they give you like a discount or a voucher off.
I think 50 dirhams for your next
trial, like a bounce back offer.
So yeah, shout out again to Oola Labs.
Oola Lab.
Alcercal. So yeah.
Yeah. Alcercal is just to be there is already like a nice date idea because there's like cafes around.
Exactly.
There's like a museum of cars. There are no museum, but something where you can see cars. There's Cinema Akil where they show different independently written or classic movies. So there's so many
by
things.
Local directors. I mean, like even like Arab directors, like small time directors, but really trying to make it in their life. So
so that's just a nice place to be in. A lot of artsy stuff that's going around.
Yeah.
So last but not the least was something that we did 2 years ago.
2 years. Your first birthday with me.
First birthday with you.
Yeah.
First birthday that I have celebrated being with you, together with you.
What did I say? I said it too dumb and she said it too smart. And like, we need an interpreter right here.
I just wanted to fill the words to make up the essay. You know, when your teacher says 500 words, that's what I did. Like I just elaborated.
The cat was blue in color instead of cat was blue. But so Janine, I ever since the beginning, I know she had a passion for cooking. And she actually has a gift, which I myself find very, very cool, that she can taste something and she'll tell you what are like the base ingredients when it comes to this dish. Or attempt. And then, of course, Janine is one of those people, you know, who sits at home eating a sandwich and then watching the cooking channel. And then she's like, she's giving her own critiques, but then she's just literally eating a slice of bread with like a processed cheese in it. But nevertheless, she has that gift of cooking. Our first dates actually were Zoom calls and she's cooking and I'm just there like looking at her and I'm just like, wow, I'm gonna be fat. But yeah, so I know she really enjoys cooking and stuff, and we actually went on her birthday. I took her as a surprise to a place called Culinary
Culinary Boutique.
Yeah, that one. Where I organized with the people, like not a private cooking session, but like
we were with another couple.
In an intimate group. Yeah. No, like there are 3 couples in total. Remember?
Right. 3 couples. Yes.
Yeah. So
another newly engaged couple.
Yes.
I mean, we weren't engaged back then, but one newly engaged couple, a married couple, and then us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was really nice because I don't think you get to know what you're gonna cook until you're standing right there.
Right.
And so they tell you everything. Like there's a master chef who really like explains to you a lot of things. Like, we got to start sharpening your knife, guys, wash your hands, keep your station
Stations clean.
clean after yourselves. You'll all be given the exact same ingredients, and at the end everyone's dishes look so different. And he did tell me, Joshua, you have a gift, please use this moving forward, and if you ever need a cooking job, here's my direct number, my personal number, please
That never happened.
reach out to me.
That
I'm
never
like,
happened.
yeah, whatever.
Joshua's presentations were just whack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when Janine and I make acai bowls, I'll tell you this, she would like, okay, the banana sliced on this side, almonds here, cashews here, my granola on this side, in the center is my raspberries and blueberries. For me, I'm just like,
Bam. Peanut butter. Bam. Some granola there. Bam.
my bowl looks full. I need to come back and get the other stuff later once I start eating. But yeah, she's all about the presentation, the whole experience, the whole like energy given, her whole love. And for me, I'm just like, it's all going in my mouth anyway.
It's all
in my
gonna rumble
stomach.
in my
Yeah.
tummy, so
Yeah.
no need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a great dynamic because in a kitchen is where it's like a sort of dance, especially if you're gonna try to cook the same meal. Like,
Yeah.
Josh, just check on the rice if it's cooked. Oh, okay. Can you check on the chicken in the oven? Can you check if the soup is being stirred? So it's like a nice dance. You can really like communicate to your partner. You can even make it a competition, what Janine and I were trying to do, because hers looks so good. I tried to steal her plate actually at the end, like, this was mine, this is yours. And yeah, it was just really fun. That's like one of the best dates I ever had with Janine, because it was like a surprise. You didn't know what you were gonna do.
Yeah. He brought me
And-
there. It was quite nice.
Yeah.
And he got my friends after.
Yeah.
So they came all together. We ate
Yeah.
some cake.
And I really, from that date, I knew like whatever I knew of Janine's cooking passion was like tenfold in person, because she's like, oh, there was this green bean, which I thought was like
Capers.
a mongo. And she's like, capers. I'm like, I've never heard of this ingredient. And then she's like, Josh, that's too much lemon or something. Or, oh, you use too much oil, which is the standard problem when I cook. Yeah. And it's really nice.
And you get to know your partner more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's eventually that could be another date night for you at home, right? Like, oh, you want to recreate what we did in the place, because they do leave you with the ingredients and they tell you what to do.
Exactly.
And you can maybe you can use that as like a stepping point to like further date nights down the road, like, so you can like see what else is out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Josh is quite good with his like date night ideas, so I'm quite blessed with that.
Yeah.
No dull moment with this guy. Except sometimes we just like to hang out and watch movies.
Yeah, like yesterday we just had acai and watched Thor.
Yeah. And for my birthday, we just watched something.
Yeah.
What did we watch? remember. We just had a
Jokoy, was that
dinner.
Jokoy?
Oh, yeah. I think so. We watched
Yeah.
Jokoy, yeah. We literally I wasn't feeling too well. So we decided to stay at home, and he surprised me with Max.
Yeah.
With a tiny little cake.
And a bow tie.
And a bow tie on Max. So that was quite special.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still tries to make things. He had some dinner reservations, but we couldn't go. So
Yeah.
I think after 30, you get to a point where you're like,
Yeah.
that birthdays are nice, they're special, and you're thankful for your birthday, but I don't see an elaborate celebration anymore.
Mm.
Yeah. I think it just depends. Some people would still want elaborate
Yeah, I know. Like, I
celebrations,
booked us a table at Atlantis, at this club, bottle service all night. But it really depends on the people. We're not hating on anyone. But
yeah. It just really depends
yeah,
on what
we're
you
just
like.
learning how to slow down, enjoy our time with each other, try to open to different experiences.
This is why we
meeting new
love
people.
investing on our home
Yeah.
and Josh's future home, because he doesn't live here yet. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I already spent maybe 1/10 of my salary. Not 1/10, like 1/3 of my salary on this room, on Max.
Yeah.
Every day I come home, Jenny's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's for Max." She's like, "You're gonna spoil our children." I'm like, "No."
Yeah, I can see Josh spoiling our future children already.
No.
Yeah, and me being the bad cop, being the disciplinarian.
It's like, Mom gave you kale again. Don't worry. After this, I'll say we're going for a walk and I'll take you to McDonald's. But that McDonald's was actually for me.
It's just for you.
But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Like we said, date nights could literally be anything and everything, but these were the 3 ones that came to the top of our minds, something unique, and especially for those who live in the UAE, but I'm pretty sure you can replicate the exact same thing in your respective countries as well.
Yeah.
Or
do it at home.
Exactly, or do it at home, yeah.
You can get a perfume or a candle making kit, bring it at home. You can do that.
Yeah.
You can cook at home.
Janine,
as well.
when I first visited your last place, she had a wall of coloring, so that was her way of expressing herself, especially during lockdown.
Yeah.
So there's always the expensive version of it, and there's always like a budget friendly.
Get a canvas, bring colors at home and paint.
Yeah.
Change your canvases every 5 minutes. That's another date idea that we saw, remember?
Oh, yeah. Try to make each other, like, complete the painting.
Yeah, like, start your painting off and every 5 minutes switch your canvas so the other person will complete it, and then you complete the person's
Yeah. And the
painting.
video we saw, they were just doing it in a park as well, right?
So, again, you can opt to pay for it if you don't have time to sort of recreate everything, or if you have less budget to do so, there's also a choice to make it happen. So doesn't matter whatever budget you have. All that matters is that you want to have fun, and the time that you spend with your special someone, your spouse, your girlfriend, your fiance is the most important.
Yeah.
And the bonding time that you get out of it, because you do have to take some time to unwind from work and
take a step back, exactly,
and just sit together and talk together and
do things together that are like the outside of a
do life together. Because you do learn more and more, even though you've been with that person for years and years. You always learn something new. And it comes out of these situations, which is quite nice.
I showed Janina a drawing that I did, and she was like, what? I didn't know you could draw. Remember that I drew you your
you could draw.
Yeah. So nice. she also didn't know that I could do all these things. So you really you really see what each other can really do and reach that full potential. And then I also, from myself, I learned a lot about myself. Like I learned, okay, I'm more of a citrusy, fresh scent guy when it comes to a perfume, or I like my food with less so-and-so. So you really it's not just for like Janine's benefit that I'm doing this, but it's also for me at the end of the day, right? So that's really fun.
Yeah. So I hope you guys had a little bit for men and women out there. If you're looking for some date ideas for next time, try it out. Yeah. And let us know what you end up doing.
Yeah, share it with us. Tag us and everything, so let us know.
Yeah.
You okay?
I was trying to pull it in and bounce back on my face.
We have some great announcements coming up, but I think I would hold them off until things are a little bit more solid, like with the full work that we are doing.
Yes. So many things happening, even if we were on a little hiatus break.
We were working behind the scenes trying to get some stuff done.
Josh was on vacation. I had my birthday. We had Max, but a lot of things are happening in the background. And also we're planning a wedding. So
yes.
Which is
so
not
some
too far
rumors
off.
of maybe merch. I don't know. Maybe some rebranding.
I don't know.
But still, nevertheless, we'll definitely share some more updates this month itself. We have a guest on our next episode.
Right. Excited for that.
For a special on Mental Health Awareness Week.
Correct. We have a couple of handy advice that are pending.
Yes.
So we need to get crack-a-lacking on those.
We were actually going to answer it here, but then that's more of related to mental health. So we have someone very special coming in to speak and give insights regarding this. So we're like, let the professional deal with it.
Yeah. No, and also, like, if you guys have any handy advice, keep them coming. We're going to get to them. We're really super appreciative of everyone who's sending through, their questions and trusting us with our advice.
Yeah.
I don't know
know how much they're using it into their day-to-day life, but
thank you so much. Thank you.
It's very
really.
nice.
Thank you for your support. Thank you for those who continue to subscribe. The past 5 weeks, we haven't really been active, but we've been seeing a couple of people still subscribing on YouTube, still
messaging us, checking in on us.
And following us on all of the podcast platforms that we're on. So If you like this episode, please make sure that you share it to your
consider
friends and
liking,
family.
subscribing. Do everything, guys. We're doing this for you and for ourselves. So,
well, we're doing it mostly because we love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slap King for president. Yes. Okay.
That's not included.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what? The funniest thing, Bobby Lee is one of my favorite comedians on this planet. The day I leave Manila, he lands in Manila, and I was like, wow.
Yeah. In Cebu mostly.
No, it was a flight via Manila,
Okay.
so he was in Manila for a bit.
Yeah.
I did my stalking, crazy
and
stalking. Guy.
Josh was like really seriously contemplating on going back to the Philippines.
Yeah, she was looking at
to
my
try
search
and meet
history and
Bobby
she
Lee.
saw another flight to Philippines. I'm like, why are you looking at flights?
Hey, I don't look at your phone. Don't do that. That's bad.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
No, sorry. Go first.
No, that's it.
Yeah, so thanks for subscribing. Like, share, do your thing. Send us a question, handy advice. You know the drill, guys. And on that note, have a nice day. Effects 3D.
We love you guys.
We like you as a friend.
Bye.